Cindy Pennington, Revenue Commissioner for Talladega County, joins us this morning. And Cindy, good morning to you, and happy September 1st.
Happy September.
We're glad to get August behind us, girl. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the Revenue Office.
Well, been a rough couple of weeks up there as far as sick employees, unfortunately. We, over the last 2 weeks, have had 12 out of 39 employees sick with COVID.
It's almost a third of your employees.
It is, and all of them were either in our Oxford office on Highway 21 North or in the Talladega office. So starting last Tuesday through Friday, the County Commission voted to actually close those offices in Mumford, Oxford, and in Talladega because, quite frankly, we just didn't have the personnel to run them.
Yeah. So how did you handle the closings?
Well, we sent everyone home, and of course they cleaned, our maintenance staff really tried to clean and our offices and everything, and do all that stuff that you can wipe down with now and all those products that are out there. Anyway, we tried to get the word out that because we were approaching the end of the month, that car tag renewals could be done online and could be done by mail, as they can at any time. And so as of Monday, we are back open in Talladega, but Mumford is still closed. And
all right, you mentioned end of the month. Is it a rush at the end of the month?
It's a rush at the end of the month. And so actually Monday and Tuesday were very busy when we opened back up. And then I expect today will be pretty busy, the first of the month and the end of the month. If you're coming in person, if you could possibly not come at the end or the first of the month, you probably wouldn't have to stand in line. But unfortunately, if you come to the offices, Sylacauga or Childersburg or Talladega or Oxford, at the end of the month, you're probably going to stand in line a little while.
So do we have most of the employees back now, or what?
We have about half.
Okay.
About half of those 12 are back. We still have some recovering at home. We had one who was unfortunately hospitalized for several days, but is home now and recovering. That COVID can be some wicked stuff, and unfortunately, pneumonia can set in, and that's what happened with this person. But I think everything's going to be okay. But just, it takes a while to recover. You don't just snap back.
No.
From what I understand, I've been very blessed not to have had it yet. But from what I understand, you don't just snap back really quick from it.
Cindy Pennington, Revenue Commissioner for Talladega County, our guest this morning. A lot of the stuff that pertains to the public can be done online.
It can. All car tag renewals can be done online. www.talladegacountyaL.org.
Say that fast 10 times.
Also, you can mail them in. If you prefer not to go online and use a debit or credit card, you can certainly mail us a check, and we'll turn right around and mail your tags back to you. You can pay your property tax. Those will be coming out in a few weeks. You can pay those online or by mail.
They come out every year, don't they?
Every year. It's regular, October 1. You can do driver's license renewals every 8 years online. The state will allow that every 8 years. And that website is www.alea.gov.
Wow. I didn't know you could do the driver's license online.
You can every 8 years.
Yeah. Cindy Pennington, our guest this morning, Talladega County Revenue Commission, and hunting and fishing license is renewed, this month?
This month. As of today, you can go in and renew that. And I don't have that website in my head. I apologize. But you can go ahead and renew that online. My husband usually does his online just for the convenience of doing it at home. And print it right there, or you can keep it on your phone. I mean, it's amazing. You can just show it if you need to. It'll be right there on your phone.
That's beyond me. I can get myself in trouble with social media and stuff like that. But as we continue with Cindy Pennington, our guest this morning, Talladega County Revenue Commissioner, always a pleasure to have us with us, always interesting information. And for people who are not
Tech savvy?
Yeah. What do we do there? Thanks for answering that question. I rolled it around in my head.
And that's fine. They can still perform those operations or renewals by mail, make those payments by mail, or they can call us and we'll be glad to walk them through the process. We do that fairly often. One of my clerks yesterday in the tag office helped someone yesterday. She was talking with her on the phone, talking with this lady, and she was able to help her renew her car tag online and just walked her through it. Stayed on the line with her till she got it done.
We see a lot of personalized tags.
We do. There's a lot of personalized tags, and those are $50 extra generally every year. And you just we have to go in the state system. You have to come in for that because we have to find out what you want, and we have to go in and look and see if that's already taken. You know, if you wanted one that said Jimmy, well, we have to go in, and probably someone in the state does have that. You can't have it if someone already has it.
Yeah.
You have to be a little unique. It has to be a little
How
unique.
many, is it particular numbers of letters or initials or whatever?
It has to have, I think it's 4 or 5 at least, depending on the type of tag, because some people get like a specialized tag, personalized, and by specialized I mean something like adoption tags or fighting cancer tags, breast cancer tags, ovarian cancer tags. They'll get those personalized. So the tag itself is going to cost more, and then the personalization is going to cost a little more as well.
We have Labor Day weekend coming up,
Yes.
the final fling of summer. A lot of people driving, and you best have insurance if you're driving.
You best have insurance. Mandatory liability insurance. I think I talked about that the last time I was here, and that is still a big deal. I don't think that's going anywhere. I again encourage folks, if you change insurance companies, don't drop one and wait maybe a day and then go get the new insurance. Have that new insurance. Let them overlap. Go get the new insurance before you drop the old one. Have your quotes and everything, and then go get it, but don't drop it until you have new insurance in hand.
I'm not a hunter or fisherman, but I am told that if you don't have a license to do those kind of sports, it can cost you some money.
It can cost you some money. It surely can. You have to. You would have to go to court, actually. You have to pay a fine or go to court. So definitely, I would not recommend hunting or fishing without the license.
Yeah, I guess a word to use when we're contacting the Revenue Commissioner's office or getting a tag or whatever license it may be, I guess the word patience would fit pretty well, wouldn't it?
It would. Patience, and it's sometimes things happen and our computer system may be a little slow at times, not usually, but that does happen. But in the world we're in right now, unfortunately, because of COVID, and, people have some strong feelings about all that, and I'm not here to get into any of that, other than, unfortunately, it has affected us because employees get sick and so forth. So in that world, yes, we do have to have some patience.
With COVID affecting every aspect of our life today, and certainly the Revenue Commissioner's office as well. Do y'all develop contingency plans? Like I don't know how you plan for a third of your employees to be out, but you got to have a plan B and plan C somewhere.
We do, and we're trying to do more and more online and all. And then we have what we call, we have a plan of what we call not mandatory, but employees and all employees are important. And I don't mean to say that any employee is any more important than any other, because everybody has a part to play in the process. But we do have some employees that, if they possibly can, to be there to help us keep collecting the money and then remitting that money. Our accounting staff is very important, and we have 3 on that staff, and one has been sick unfortunately the last couple of weeks, and so the other 2 on that staff are able to pick up those duties. So we try to do some cross-training is what I'm trying to get at. Some cross-training that other people can try to pick up and go on.
Now, the Talladega County Revenue Office is under the umbrella of Talladega County Commission, is that correct?
We are. Now, we don't, how do I say this? We have to work with them and them with us. And the employees, all county employees, revenue or what have you, are under the umbrella of the Talladega County Commission. That is correct.
You talk about a lot of monies that flows through the Revenue Commission's office. Right?
Yes.
That's mind-boggling.
The better part of $100 million per year. Almost $100 million.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And
wow.
the bulk of that is in property tax. Licensing, car tax certainly brings in a lot of money, but property tax brings in quite a bit. For example, Honda Corporation will pay about $12 million this December. Oh, I say this December, sometime between October 1 and December 31.
All right, so let's move to January 1 of 2022, and I haven't paid my property tax. What happens there?
We send you a delinquent bill.
I hate those.
We send a delinquent bill out. We start trying to get in touch with those folks who have not paid. We spend several months doing that, trying to get in touch, just make sure they know about it. And then there's a process there, but in May, if they have not been paid, then we actually put a lien on the property and sell that lien. I'm
notorious, Cindy, for, those notices come out next month. I'm notorious for just putting that in my bill box and just thinking it's going to go away, but it's not going to go away.
It doesn't go away, and I understand sometimes people wait until December to pay, but I do wish they would look at them, and if they think there's a problem, go ahead and let us know then. Don't wait until December 30th or 31 and say, there's a problem here, because sometimes it's just not quite as easy to correct that problem at that point. I don't say that it can't be corrected, but it's just easier in October if there's an issue.
Now, we talked last time, and we haven't talked in recent months about these auctions. Talk about that. Are we doing that now?
The Tax Lien Auction is done in May, but it's done online now. The last couple of years, we do those online, and it works kind of like an eBay auction. And that way people can just sit at home and bid on the property. And it's more fair to the taxpayer. Prior to that, in a regular tax sale, the person bidding could bid thousands and thousands more than what was due. And then the person redeeming that property, the property owner, had to come up with interest on that amount of money. And so up to 12%. And that was, in my opinion, not fair to the taxpayer who was already having a hard time.
Now, how long have you been in office now?
A year and a half, since March of 2000. 2020, excuse me.
You could have never have dreamed in your wildest imaginations this scenario.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure you had a lot of scenarios played out in your mind about running for this office, but COVID, nobody planned for.
Nobody planned for COVID. So we've just had to learn to adapt, and it's a fluid situation, as they say, and we just take it as it comes. We understand that government can never completely shut down because schools have to have their money, and our government in Montgomery has to have their money, and our cities, Sylacauga, Childersburg, Talladega, Lincoln, Munford, they all have to have their money to keep providing citizens services. So we can never completely just shut down, lock the doors, and go home. So we have to have contingency plans.
All right, so let's talk about September. We were closed several days last week. Where are we now going into September?
We are back open in Talladega. Sylacauga never closed. Childersburg did not close last week. Fortunately, those employees were well and not sick. Talladega's back open. You do have to have a mask to come in, no temperature check, but you do have to have a mask. The county commission passed that resolution at their meeting last week. And the Oxford-Minford office is not back open yet. Hopefully, in the next week or so, that one will be back open. But so except for that office in Oxford, we're back open.
Yeah. We were saddened by the death of one of our commissioners last week, and he provided invaluable service to Talladega County, especially North Talladega County.
Yes, he did. Really hated that. Very unexpected. Hated to get that phone call. Life is precious.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Cindy Pennington, our guest here on Daybreak Live this morning, Talladega County Revenue Commissioner. And if you need more information, there's several avenues that you can take to get that information.
There are. My cell phone number, and I put that on everything when I was running all my material, so I don't mind saying it. It's 256-493-2469. Our website is www.talladegacountyaL.org. Also, if you're on Facebook, if you will look up Cindy Pennington, Talladega County Revenue Commissioner, that is the page for our office, and I try to keep the latest news and happenings and information on there as well.
Do you get out as much as you'd like to?
I don't as much as I would like to, just simply because some things have not started back up. I mean, I'm out, in the different offices some. I'm going by the Sylacauga office in just a few moments when they open up. Be there a little while and then get back in Talladega. But I would love to speak at different organizations and community happenings. If anybody needs a speaker, if you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, I'll be glad to come and talk about things that are going on and answer any questions. I particularly am interested in getting the word out to senior citizens about discounts and exemptions that they're eligible for.
Talk about a couple of those before we go this morning.
Anyone 65 and older is eligible for at least a partial exemption on their homestead. Just because you're 65, doesn't matter your income. But based on your taxable income, you could be eligible to be totally exempt on your homestead. That's something we take a look at. But
so is it too late for this year, Cindy? Or?
It's probably too late for this year, but we can certainly get you signed up for next year. You sign up a year ahead of time. But we'll be willing to talk about it and see what we can do. And also, if anyone is totally and permanently disabled, they can be totally exempt on their homestead, and that is not based on income. And we just have to see the proper paperwork. So, there are laws and provisions, and we want everyone to have every exemption that they're entitled to.
All right, Cindy Pennington, Talladega County Revenue Commissioner, our guest this morning. Cindy, always a pleasure and always information central, and with Cindy, and we appreciate her being with us so much. We got more to do on Daybreak Live after you watch this.